Well, I'm not getting much feedback here. I hope this is working. Oh, wait, I see myself. Yeah, I'm just fumbling around and setting things up here. Maybe nobody else will show up and I'll have to be entertaining on my own. I don't know, I can't do that. No, that's not the web of isolation. This is what my house looks like. Well, we just all have to be patient, wait for things to come together, hope somebody else shows up. We're a little early. We got 7 minutes and we'll see how it goes. Yes, my house is a pixelated spider's web. Okay, just saw that Lauren Lane checked in. Maybe she'll show up. Well, hello. You're muted.
Why am I so bad? Oh my God. Look at your background.
What background?
The giant fucking spider web behind you.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Okay, but now we're testing something.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Your audio is coming through.
Perfect. I'm wearing my Warren for President shirt.
Oh, that's good.
Isn't it though?
I wish she were our candidate. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I think it's going to be Biden.
You said it's gonna be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a few people hanging out in the chat.
Oh crap, we do. I
We
thought it was just us
do.
gals.
No, oh my gosh, there's a Canadian here. Who told the
A
Canadians?
Canadian.
Yeah,
Well, I hate them already.
don't say that. We don't have that many people here, so we don't want to scare any away.
All right, fine.
Okay.
Oh boy, how are you, PZ?
Well, I'm totally isolated. My family is all far away. The students are gone. I'm not supposed to leave the house. I don't know.
Yeah. So you're
And
great.
how's your social life nowadays?
Well, I live alone and I go on walks in the park near me and I avoid everybody. So normal.
Okay.
Shit's normal. Very normal.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
always is. Okay. Well,
No, I mean, I think we both have big networks online, so I feel like I've just been really leaning on that. A lot of text messages, a lot of video conferencing, that kind of thing.
that's what we're doing here.
Yes. One example being, right the fuck now.
We have a question. Oh no, it's a serious question.
Oh God, nothing
I've
serious.
heard that the death rate for COVID-16 is going, or COVID-19 is going down. Others tell me that is not true. Does anyone know for sure? All I can say is the initial death rates were high because they were only sampling people who went in for testing. So that meant that they had a select population that was likely to be infected. And yeah, it's going down now. I think it went down from, what was it? For a while, it was 2 to 3%, and now it's less than 1.5%. So that's good. It's still 10 times worse than the flu. And Lauren is muted again.
I muted
This
myself
was,
because I was typing and I didn't want it to be annoying.
oh, okay.
Not because I wasn't talking or didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah,
I did bully you into doing this.
that's right. It was your fault.
Guilty
No,
as
it's okay though, because we did this a couple days ago and I watched it. It didn't work. I mean, we got the conversation going between a small group of us, but it wasn't going, it was going to YouTube, but then it was stripping out the audio so they could only hear me,
Okay.
which, I mean, that's enough for anybody, right? But yeah, so we had to, Oh, we got somebody from Orcas Island. I love Orcas Island.
I have no idea where that is.
It's in the San Juan Islands off the coast of Seattle.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. They actually have internet there, I guess.
I hope they do. Oh boy.
Oh. So,
Mm-hmm.
entertain us.
You're the one with the big spider web behind you.
Yeah, but that's not particularly exciting, is it?
I
Everyone's
think
got
it's
one of
thrilling.
those.
I told you to bring spiders, and you've made yourself a spider. Are you drinking?
Yep. I am drinking Diet Dr. Pepper.
Wow.
It's okay.
Diet Dr.
So,
Pepper is the best Dr. Pepper. Fight me.
yes. Yes. So, no spiders. All my spiders are in the lab right now, except for the ones that live in the basement. And I didn't want to disturb them.
Are the spiders
I,
going to be okay?
they don't get this disease.
Yeah, but they need
Yeah.
to like eat food.
Yeah, but they don't eat people.
Well,
You
right,
and we
but I
all.
don't know if someone is taking care of the spiders, PZ.
Oh, my labs, I go in a couple times a week and feed them. So they're
You're
fine.
leaving your house for the spiders?
You know, I actually got special dispensation from the division chair to go in because there's a couple of us who have animals in the labs, and we are allowed to go in and take care of them. But
You just
they
bring
shook
them
their
home.
finger at us and told us we're not supposed to do any research.
All right, sure, yeah. Got it.
Yeah,
No research.
yeah, like that's gonna happen.
A little bit of
Anyway,
research. You bet.
I hear these interesting sounds in the background. What?
Someone's name popped up and then it went away. I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, okay. So maybe people are trying to get on. We'll see. I sent out notes to a bunch of people I know, and we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah? You
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. And if nobody shows up except for you, that means nobody likes me.
Oh
And
my
I
god.
just, I just have to go cry.
Do I
It's
not
okay.
count? Wow.
Okay,
Your
I will
silence,
count you.
your silence said everything. I get it.
Oh, you'll count.
Just been bothering you with my friendship since 2005, PZ.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody new showed up. Who are you? Cryptike. Oh,
Ooh, you're muted. Unmute.
I can do that.
There's a clicky thing on the bottom left. There you go. I think you got it.
And there's Hornbeck showing up. Okay.
Wonderful.
Well, now the party can start.
Got it?
I got it.
Okay.
So how are things?
Things are. Why do people ask that question right now? It's like
I don't know. What else do you ask?
everything sucks. Everything is bad.
What are you doing to occupy yourself right now?
Well, I read a lot of news anyway. And I was recently reading about the Illinois election. I'm very happy that Dan Lipinski is gone. So sounds like PZ, you heard about that?
Yes, there's a little bit of good news every once in a while.
Yeah.
And that's some of it.
And I also made fresh focaccia.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yum,
That's my best friend screaming from the next room.
yum, yum.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice. Well, I apparently just spilled a whole ton of tea on electrical cables, but I don't think it'll do any harm, so I'm fine.
So if you start twitching and jumping around and smoke comes out of your ears, we'll know what's
Yes.
going on.
Yes, then call 911. Until then,
Oh.
don't bother.
Okay.
I use my
Okay.
travel mug for tea at all times.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
That's brilliant.
Oh. I was gonna do that, but unscrewing and screwing is not worth it.
Yeah. It's always more fun to have something to do, like fix all the electrical shorts.
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, I'm planning on doing some computer work later this evening anyway. So.
Well, that works out.
Oh. So let's see, what have I been doing? I just got off I was on the internets with my wife and granddaughter.
Hmm.
So I got to see them. And I got to practice my talent for tonight. This is going to shock you.
Oh no.
What's the talent? Oh no.
No.
I'm not sure your university students appreciate that.
Anyone recognize this guy?
Elmo, correct?
Yeah, Elmo. Hooray. Okay.
Wow.
Yes, so this is more for my grandson, Knut, who really likes Elmo.
Yes.
So that's his thing,
Yes.
is Elmo. And then my granddaughter is more into this one. Let's see if it works. It got kind of crumpled.
Aww.
Is that an
Oh,
owl?
it's an owl.
Yeah.
It's adorable. I show this to my granddaughter, and she goes, "Hoo, hoo."
Oh man.
Do you make
She's
a voice
just-
with the owl?
Do I? No, I do. Owls don't talk. Come on. So my
All right.
granddaughter has been learning her words, and she will sometimes say owl, sort of,
Hmm.
but more often she'll just say who.
Hmm.
And it's very adorable. So that's my entertainment nowadays, is hearing from the grandchildren over the internet.
Could be worse.
Could be worse, yes.
Oh yeah, you could have a teenager who just calls up and asks if she can stay 4 hours longer at her friend's.
That's normal. That's what teenagers always do.
It's just the sum total of the interaction for the day.
Oh.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I've been
Well,
there, done that, but that was not my childhood at all.
oh.
No. You may be
What
shocked, but
was?
I have always been a nerd my entire life.
No.
I know, it seems weird, doesn't it? But yes, actually, I have always been that sort of quiet, not sort of paying attention to anything kind of person-y thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, something else that's new. Over at the Nib, there was a comic recently about afro-salvi identity, and it was really interesting. Apparently, there's a part of the popular mythology of El Salvador is that there simply aren't any Black people from Africa living in El Salvador. That most people that we might consider Black because they have particularly dark skin and curly hair, they're either interpreted as indigenous or sometimes interpreted as generically Caribbean without specific reference to being Black. And so this woman cartoonist wrote about her history of not thinking of herself as Black and then coming to the United States and connecting with Salvadoran community in San Francisco, but also connecting with Black community in San Francisco and finding out about this whole rich history that she didn't know anything about. The comic's great. I should post it on my blog.
What's it called? Do you know who did it?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I think I have it saved on a tab that I've got open. Let me just, I'm looking through my tabs real quick. Oh, here it is. It's called I Exist, and it's written by Brina Nunez. It was originally posted on February 19th.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yes, I found it.
Oh yes, I remember
Let's
reading
try.
that one. I found it quite good too.
Shall we
Nice.
see if I can share the screen?
Oh yeah, if you could.
Let's see. Oh, I have too many windows open. Oh, it shows. Okay. This is not very helpful. It's giving me this list of all these things.
Well, if you want, I could switch over. I've got a tab open somewhere. Just gotta pop open my mouse though.
Okay.
Probably should not let you read my emails either. That would be bad.
No, that would be exciting.
That would be exciting. Let's do it.
You have not seen my emails. They're incredibly boring. Did I ever mention the whole thing about being a nerd?
Yes, but do you think we're all not?
No, I'm just establishing that since I am a member of the nerd category, I have generally fairly boring things. I mean, that's sort of a general thing for nerds and such.
Maybe. Maybe we're the right audience for this.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, mainly what I get. I got brand new death threats today. That was fun.
What?
Oh, wow.
Oh no, they weren't actually death threats. They were just gloating over the fact that I'm going to die soon because I just turned 63.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
always fun.
Yeah.
Man, getting a death threat in this kind of world is like, yeah, like,
Yeah. Well, like I say, this wasn't actually a death threat. It was just this wanker whining on and on about how I was going to die soon because I was so old, and the coronavirus was going to kill me any time now. And you know, the stuff you love to wake up to in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
it's invigorating. Yeah.
Okay. So how I'm looking at this thing. How the heck, HJ, you know how to do this. How do I share the screen? There's a little tab. I
There's a
click
little
on.
button on the bottom
Yeah.
that says share.
Yeah.
And then there should be a window popping up that has a bunch of options for what you can share.
There's a whole bunch of options here. Yes.
Yeah. And then go through and select the browser window that's sitting right there and click on it.
Oh, so just go to the one that says Google Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens when I do that. Oh, I have to open system preferences and
Whoa.
I think I
hey,
did it.
look.
Hey.
So this is it. It says at the top, Brina Nunez is the author here. And this is the self-portrait. What comes to mind when you think of El Salvador? Las gangas. I can't speak Spanish at all. But yeah, this is her moving to San Francisco and having to explain herself in terms that are recognizable to San Franciscans, and it made her think differently about her own history and where she was from and what it meant. And it was only then that she was really confronted with this idea that maybe she was Black, and this Blackness corresponding with Salvadoran experience and identity was something that she hadn't quite put to herself that way. She had spoken of herself as afro-salvi or in other kinds of ways, but never quite put it as a framed herself as a Black person coming from El Salvador. So can Black people also come from El Salvador? And that's the question that occupies her. And she goes over how other places in the Caribbean are have their own ways of talking about it and don't seem to have the same resistance to Black identity in their countries as El Salvador does. And then as she goes on, she she actually encounters the work. Here he is. Encounters the work of an artist who'd been doing this before she had realized that this was a problem that needed interrogation, and so she encountered this artist's work and then met the artist, and that put her on. I don't know if it put her on the journey, but it helped her to the place where she eventually wrote this comic strip. But yeah, it's a great little piece of cultural education and fun drawings, and yeah, it's a lot of the stuff on Nibs is very good at storytelling, and this is no exception.
Yeah. It also makes the point that race is a created construct.
Sure.
Already, I know people are going to hate me for saying that, but that's too bad because that's the reality. Reality doesn't care about your feelings, conservatives.
Yep.
So we have new folks.
Yes, we do. Let's see. Where am I? Come back.
Elena,
Hello.
hi.
Thanks for the invite. I'm Lauren's friend.
Uh-huh.
Looking through the list, I know PG and I know Rebecca Human, who just tuned in.
And yeah, Rebecca's there. Okay. So the party has started.
Woohoo! Party time.
We were just looking at
Party.
web comics. That's a thing you do, I guess.
Mhm.
There you go. I got mine, my beverage. PG, how come your
Uh-huh.
background's being
What is-
everyone else's?
How come what?
What is everybody drinking?
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Coke for me.
Well, I was going to drink tea, but not so much anymore.
I don't have a drink, and I feel like I need one.
I just nearly died.
There's also
What was that?
That was one of the 3 supports for my green screen behind me. Just fell down and almost whacked me on the head.
Oh. But it's still
I-
green, so the image is unperturbed. It's magic.
Indeed. Apparently, I built this nice and sturdy. So go
Uh-huh.
me.
funny.
How are you, Rebecca?
I'm good. How is everybody else? Sorry to join late.
It's okay. Yeah, no problem.
I'm still actually working because here on the old West Coast, it's just barely 5 o'clock. So I'm still in the work hours, which is why you see James working behind me. So
Uh-huh. Are you on isolation now?
yeah, we're not quite at the I can't remember what it's called. Shelter in place. We're like one step below that. Like we really shouldn't be going out, but we're not like quite at shelter in place yet. Our new house up in Northern California is in shelter in place conditions. So, you know, we
Yeah.
can't go anywhere.
Yeah, we've got nothing like that here, except, you know, they just started shutting things down. So the schools are closed, the libraries closed, most of the businesses, the restaurants are closed, the university shut down.
Yeah,
The grocery store is about it right now.
the restaurants are still open for takeout and delivery. So you can still get food, and like most things are still open. Like they made a point of leaving the hardware stores open, and you can still get a plumber to come to your place or whatever. But other than that, it's like if it's non-essential, don't do it is basically it. And a lot of the schools are on, like the college was on spring break already, but I guess the governor of California said don't expect the schools to reopen until fall at the earliest. So
Yeah, at the earliest.
yeah.
I've heard 18 months batted around, so no, I
Yeah.
don't want that.
That's what I've heard too, just because it'll take that long for a vaccine to be developed and tested and make its way through the population.
Uh-huh. Hey, we got a visitor in the chat from Australia. Oh man, that's dedicated. It's 11 a.m. there. Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
They just released the updated stats for Alberta, where I'm at right now. Currently, we've got 119 confirmed cases, but at least 0 deaths, which is good.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think we've got less than that in Minnesota.
I'm in
But
Orange
it's
County,
fine.
California, which is where Disneyland is, which it's saying something when Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm and all of the theme parks close. But yeah, Disneyland is closed until the end of the month at least. But we just had, I think it was maybe a week ago, we had our first confirmed community acquired case in Orange County. So I figure it's just gonna blaze right through our population now, because we're all, I can say I live in one town, but really it's just one big mob of cities. They just kind of blend into each other. There's a street, and on one side it's called, Lake Forest, and on the other side it's called Mission Viejo. And then you go a little bit further, and they just all blend right into each other. There's really no divisions.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what goes on down here.
What is the population of Orange County?
Over 3 million.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah. And basically Orange County and LA County sort of blend in. There's,
Yeah.
there's really no big dividing line between them. So LA and Orange County blend into each other. And then there's a gap between Orange County and San Diego County only because Camp Pendleton is in there and it's very large. So we do have a gap between the two counties, but I know that San Diego County is doing a lot of shutdown as well.
Uh-huh. And they're all neatly bridged with this web work of freeways. So
Oh yeah.
everything's going everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, everything's linked, and Riverside County, is connected to LA County, which is connected to, San Bernardino. Like, it's just a nice mob of people, vectors.
Yes. Nice big petri dish that has been streaked nicely, and it's
Yes. Yeah. So,
uh,
Oh joy. We as a society are just not ready for this.
no, and our leadership did not prepare us or prepare anyone very well for this. So yeah.
That is the thing. It's not, it is the nature of these events that we can't stay prepared in an ongoing way for events that only happen once a century or so. There's always going to be some level of some gap between where we should be prepared and what our preparation actually is. But it's really incredible how actively Trump went to try to lower this level of actual preparation and make that gap bigger through eliminating the Pandemic Preparedness Office in the White House National Security Council infrastructure and other. He took other steps as well, cutting the CDC budget. It's really, there's no way we would have been fully prepared anyway, but it's really amazing how many steps he did take that made this worse.
Yes, I mean, we would have had the problems anyway. I mean, I think there's largely a structural problem with capitalism, where for decades now we've just been shifting all of our production capacity to wherever it's cheapest and wherever labor will require the least investment. And so all this medical stuff, it's in China.
Yep.
Hit China with a big pandemic, and suddenly we're way down the list of recipients for the essential goods.
well, and I read. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that I read that part of the problem with not being prepared was that the stockpile of like masks, for example, would go to hospitals and go to these, centers that are being that are the center points of all of this, caring for these people. That stockpile got depleted because nobody was replenishing it because there was no funds. And so not only are we underprepared in not having the funds, but we weren't even stockpiled well enough as we should have been in the warehouses that hold these secret, super secret stashes of medicines and, personal protective equipment and stuff like that.
And that's completely consistent with other things that Trump has said about preparedness. He in one of his statements recently, he talked about how it was perfectly fine that we fired all these people from the National Security Council whose job it is to prepare for this, because we can always hire them back after the pandemic starts. And this is the same kind of thinking, like, oh, we don't need to stockpile the masks, we'll buy them when we need them. And he specifically in that statement connected that to running government like a business, right? So you don't pay the employees when you are between pandemics, you just bring them in when a pandemic happens. And one of the best responses that I think we all see the problem, but I think one of the best responses that just summed that up is that Trump is the kind of person who would hold job interviews for firefighters after the fire starts. Right?
Sounds effective. Yeah. Yeah. And we've got another example of that on a small scale, in that, for instance, many universities only hire their faculty for the 9 months out of a year that they're teaching. And then, people think we get it so easy. We get summers off, but it's summers off without getting paid. And it's just the way the system is set up.
I have to wonder, like, after this, what kind of changes will happen? Like, socially, politically, systemically, like, what will happen? What is possible?
Well, hopefully you get socialism down there.
Yeah, you're silly. No,
One
we're
can
not going to get
dream.
we're not going to get socialism. We're going to get Joe Biden at best.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
She would have been awesome.
She still is awesome. She just doesn't have the job of running the country.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, we can always hope that Biden is smart and asks her to be his running mate.
Nah. She doesn't deserve a VP position. She could do other things.
Yeah.
I was writing about this a little while ago, and I was saying that as much as I love Elizabeth Warren, she can do good in the Senate where she is. She has been doing good in the Senate where she is. But also, if we're going to get stuck with Biden as president, at least we can reach down and take somebody who is a lesser known name, who doesn't already have the stature of an Elizabeth Warren, and raise her up. And I was looking at, people of color that don't have as much of a national reputation as I think would be helpful. People who can do great things, not reaching all the way down to AOC, who's a first term congressperson, whatever. But there are many other people that I think are very deserving, that are under 50 years old, that have still been around long enough in politics that this would be a reasonable step up for them. And I'd like to see them boost the next generation, rather than boosting somebody who's 70 years old and would be 78 after 2 terms of Biden, if she were to try to take that on as a semi-incumbency advantage. I would rather give that advantage to someone who's younger in the next generation.
Yep.
I don't think you'll find any argument here. Also, this
I would just
conversation
like
is
to
a
point
lot more
out,
serious than I thought it was going to be.
I'm younger. I'm younger than that.
Nice. Well, why aren't you running then?
Well, because administration is not my skill. Yeah, I would become president and tell everybody we're setting up spider laboratories all over the country now.
Naturally.
Oh,
I have a good friend that I worked with at a science museum decades ago. We're still friends, and he got on the local school board down in Silverton, Oregon, and did work down there. So you don't have to run for president, PZ. You can make a difference.
Oh, I
in other
agree.
ways.
Yeah. That's something that we have undervalued for a long time, while the right wing has not, and that is get people running for school boards, get them running for county commissioner, get them running for those low-level offices that turn out to be so important, and build a foundation. So
Yeah, I think-
all you young people should do that. I'm looking at
Fair enough.
Yeah, okay. PZ, I know you have a spider web in your background, but can your background do this?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Sexy mood lighting.
That's right.
Are you trying to get us in
I have an
the-
app on my phone. You just like pick one of these and it happens.
Yeah.
Magic.
This one's called Powerful.
Hmm.
Okay, which lighting system are you using?
This one's Tranquil. It's like a strip of LEDs that you can.
Oh,
This
Yeah.
one's called Independence Day. Oh no.
Oh dear.
uh-huh. Good.
Is the strip of LEDs like where is the lighting actually coming from?
It's behind me, behind my couch.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, I gotta turn this light off. So my overhead light is not set up with this, but I got the same setup on my there we go. I can go all magenta on you.
Ooh.
Ooh. That looks good actually.
You look like you're in a music video.
Yes, that's my life. That's just like I'm in a music video all the time.
It feels right.
Yeah. It's not showing up real well because I got this green screen that's kind of reflecting everything back. And yeah, and the colors are messing up the green screen. Look at that flicker. Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering if it would.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to figure out that background situation?
What background situation?
Never mind then.
No, and this Zoom thing has got all kinds of bells and whistles. And
Oh, nice.
when you fire it up, it gives you an option to, what was it called? There is an option that doesn't use a green screen, which I found not very effective. And then you can also enable the green screen, and then you can put up a choice of images, or you can put up these movies. I don't know if I can change it on the fly though. Let's see.
Yeah, I went looking through
I'm-
mine
I'm-
and I wasn't able to put movies up. So
I want to say that's
Oh.
really just his excuse for what happens to the house when Mary leaves.
yes.
Yes, I have stopped dusting. I'm sorry. Just the way things are.
Passive version, PC.
Pay
Let's
no
see.
attention to the mess behind my green screen.
Yeah. There, is that one better?
Oh, there you go.
Oh dang.
You all seen Wayne's World when they go traveling on the green screen and they end up in Delaware?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's
Ooh. That's nice.
That is.
What is that?
spider.
Stop
Giant
it.
spider.
No.
That's a cute spider.
Let's go back to the Northern Lights. That's pretty
Yeah.
Northern Lights are nice.
okay.
That was supposed to be our vacation this year, but wah, wah.
Mhm.
I mean, you and everyone else is all like, well, there go my plans for the next
Who knows how many months?
question
yeah.
mark.
Right.
Okay, Rebecca, there's a cat above your head.
Yes, my cat is grooming itself in a sunbeam on top of my
Oh.
filing cabinet.
Oh, because you're on the West Coast. And sun's-
Yeah, we still have sun.
That's magical.
Who needs
Time
fancy animated?
zones.
You still have sun where you live?
Yes, has the virus taken yours?
Yes. All I have are party lights.
We have had several cloudy days in a row, which does add insult to injury in St. Louis, where you're like, all right, we can do outside things. No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it was raining this morning, so I don't know what to tell you because it doesn't rain in Orange County after, February 15th, and here we are, it's, a whole month later and it's still raining. I don't know what to tell you.
Weird.
The
Yeah.
whole
now we
new
got-
world.
Right? Well, okay, let's talk about the whole new world as far as the pollution decrease now that nobody's working and nobody's driving. And so, China and Europe have seen significant levels of decrease in their pollution.
I'm fucking talking about all of the things that will happen because of this. Or will know.
Yeah. Yeah, I read an article today about how since we don't have all the cruise ships and the fishing boats going out, the dolphins are just frolicking and coming back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
One of the first things that I thought of when I was when I first got the stories about pollution diminishing over Italy, and I started to extrapolate that in my head, was I was thinking about biomarkers and how, for instance, we can date certain things that we find, shellfish shells and whatever. We can date certain things in a concrete way to when air testing of atomic bombs first happened in the 1940s, because it produced radioisotopes that hadn't been around previously. Their half-lives were too short to have survived from the beginning of the solar system. And I kept thinking about how with such a sudden drastic drop in certain types of pollution, that I'm sure that's got to be detectable, right? And that, 10, 20, 30, 50 years from now, people are going to be digging things up and dating them to the time of the coronavirus by the fact that this anthropological effect on our world shows a sudden decrease, and there'll be a decrease in acidity in the oceans, brief but real, and other things like that.
well, it may not be brief if we die off.
True.
Oh my God.
Just to look on the bright side. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, it also has its downsides too. I remember a couple of days ago, in Sri Lanka, there's a habit they have of actually feeding the local monkeys, to just a tradition and all that. Unfortunately, no coronavirus means no more tourists, so the monkeys are literally rioting in the streets. There's just there's footage of hundreds of monkeys just ganging and swarming on one another. It's wild.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Monkey cannibalism was not in my apocalyptic scenario book. Just
I should
okay.
track it down actually.
Yeah.
So, speaking of apocalyptic scenario book, I'm one of those people that I'm like, what's the worst thing that can happen? And then I'll try to plan for it, right? So I didn't plan for pandemic. The thing that I've been thinking that was going to happen is there's I'm sure you guys have heard of the Pineapple Express. It's the very wet weather systems that come over from Hawaii, and it'll rain a lot on the West Coast. And then they will also have, so that's like an atmospheric river. They will also have atmospheric floods where it rains a lot. And the last time that happened was about 150 years ago, and they happen on about a 150-year cycle. So we're bound to have one theoretically fairly soon. the last time one happened, it flooded the entire central California Valley from Sacramento to Fresno, which is where virtually all of our produce comes from. And that area was a lake for 6 months. It killed like 2 million head of cattle. It made it so that Sacramento, they had to move the capital and they had to, do all sorts of stuff. So that's the apocalyptic thing that I've been looking not forward to, but I was not expecting the pandemic. I was expecting us to all not have any food because California got flooded out.
Yeah, I'm from Washington State, and there the terrible thing everyone is sure is going to happen someday is the volcanoes are going to erupt. And
Or that there's that fault line right off the coast of Seattle, right?
There's a fault line. The place where I grew up is this river valley that was originally formed by hot lava and mud flowing down when Rainier erupted. So, we could get these nice hot lahars all the way down to Seattle from Mount Rainier. So, yeah, we can imagine lots of terrible things could happen all at once.
What was that word?
The Yellowstone supervolcano could go off.
What was that word? The lahars? I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's just a pyroclastic mud flow. You don't get the you see all the videos of red hot lava flowing sluggishly down. No, this is steam and hot lava and hot mud moving at 60 miles an hour down the valley.
Oh, that's
Oh,
frightening. Okay.
yes, and cooking everything and burying it under a caked layer of mud.
Got it.
Yeah.
You all are really testing my ability to live in a delusion of safety over here.
She says as she wears her Elizabeth Warren shirt.
Yeah.
The what?
She says as she wears her Elizabeth Warren shirt.
Hey. I'm trying to find happiness anywhere I can right now.
Oh, that's fair. That's totally fair. Mm-hmm.
Why
St.
not?
Louis is pretty safe, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There was that giant earthquake in, what was it, in Missouri 100 or more years ago?
Yeah, don't remind me. We're due for another big one.
Yeah.
What? I didn't know about this.
We're on a fault line.
Do I need to know this? Or can this go back in the, bubble of safety and,
I'm surprised you don't know this.
I don't know this.
Yeah.
I don't think it goes through St. Louis, but it goes south of.
Okay.
I don't know a whole
Are
lot
you
about
telling
it.
me that all your drainage ditches haven't been built? Like all these things that you've designed haven't been taking your fault into
The peanut gallery. Kaylina's a civil engineer.
Yeah. I think the difference is that, like on the West Coast, you get all these faults and they break sporadically and you get these major earthquakes fairly frequently. But the ones here in the Midwest almost never break. And when they do, they really break. They just boom, flatten everything.
Casey, why did I think talking to you and making this happen would make me feel better? Because I don't think it's working.
Well, if it will cheer you up, I do have that video of the monkey riot lined up. So if you're
Show
curious, I can
us.
share that.
Let's see it. Show
Okay.
us.
Right.
Where are we? Not desktop one.
We need to see cannibal monkeys to cheer Lauren up.
Please.
All right, we'll make exit full screen here. That should hopefully bring it up. No, it did not. All right, well, I will share my desktop and my computer sound.
Where's that go?
All right,
Okay.
there we go. All right, let's take it from the top.
โอ้ยรถยังต้องจอดให้อ่ะเอ๊ะโอ้ยเฮ้ย
Yep. Oh, and it was Thailand, by the way. My apologies.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's rampaging monkeys. I don't think we have to worry about that here, at least.
You know,
Not
I've
yet,
seen a lot of
anyway.
Jumanji memes going around, and I think it might be true.
Yeah, I think there was also a news report that there was a plague of locusts appearing in Africa too.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, no, that's been going on for a while now. East Africa is just getting swarmed with these things. Yeah.
Any rivers of blood out there?
Give it time.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the next one. We're waiting for that one.
Wow. Hi, Jason. You're just gonna remain muted.
Just silently creeping away.
Messing with my tech. I have no idea what's going on, but I just lost my video. I think I have audio now.
You have audio. Your video's back
Oh,
now.
your video's back.
Blinking.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi.
Talk about Lahar's super hot heated mudslides and rioting monkeys. And
Oh,
yeah, it's
well,
the
we're
end
trying
of the
to
world
cheer
as we
everyone
know
up.
it.
I could maybe provide a little help. There's always this.
Oh,
There you go.
Antidote.
Okay.
I was gonna say I've got the prerequisite cat.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks like a shadow. She kind of blends in with my background, but she's here.
So cute.
Yeah.
Shoulder-mounted cat launcher.
I've got one of those around here, but no, she's not going to come out and play. She hates me.
She in the
How's that going to look in front of the northern lights?
Yeah.
I have two other cats. I don't know where they are though. They're not needy at the moment. This one is.
Yeah, that one looks. It kind of looks like our cat, except that your cat is not a psychopath. But okay.
I mean, not at this moment. But she has a cute little mustache on her face.
Oh.
Aw.
And it's a white mustache, the best kind. Yeah.
So one of our other cats has a little orange mustache, and when we got her, we started calling her Cheeto Face. And then Trump got elected, and we stopped calling her that because it really got a new connotation.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah, I wonder how Cheetos market share went with Trump coming in.
Honestly, the more you guys say Cheetos, the more I want Cheetos.
Fair.
They were full in
Cheez-Its are
stock.
superior.
Okay,
was-
first of
the
all,
worst-
no. Cheez-Its are not superior. I'm not gonna let
First
that
of
one
all, how dare you?
Fluffy Cheetos for life.
No, I
All
prefer
from
my
On the cob.
packing peanuts unflavored.
That explains a lot about you and your personality.
Dear.
I am all focaccia all the time. Good bread is the best food.
Ah.
Yeah, I could eat garlic bread all day, every day.
You can't get good bread in Minnesota, though. Sorry.
You got to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make
I
it.
make my own focaccia. It's the only way.
Yeah.
It is the way.
I'm going to have to learn very soon because all of the stores around here are apparently completely devoid of bread. I've got a bakery that's like one block in that direction. I could walk over there, break a window, and walk out with armfuls of bread.
That I don't know if you've ever
I
seen
don't bake at all, but I've thought about taking up baking to make bread. Just
as a thing to learn. It seems like a skill I should have.
Maybe now's the time to, just kind of figure out what your breadless life will be like. Maybe do like a no bread diet situation. You're like,
Yeah.
no carbs.
Yeah.
Time for
I don't
keto.
eat bread all that much either, so I think I could go without pretty easily, but it just, maybe I'll get some flour in my house and see what it's like.
Time to try out the Jordan Peterson diet: cocaine
Oh.
and raw meat.
Ugh.
No.
I lost 30 pounds one time because I was really, really broke, and all I could afford was I could either afford food or I could afford beer. And since I was 21, I would buy like 1 or 2 packets of ramen and a 6-pack of beer every day, and I lost 30 pounds. It was great.
That's one way to do
Wait
it.
a minute. Wait. I want to know about this diet. I need to listen to
I don't think you do. I
ramen
don't
and
think you do.
beer. That sounds like a terrible. That sounds like a good diet for gaining weight.
Well, if that's all you're eating for the entire day,
Oh,
and you're 21,
It's
okay.
what starch, salt, all of the water that you retain.
Being 21 and like a necessary component of this diet.
I don't know. You could experiment. And I also worked a job where I worked at a drugstore where I walked constantly. So it was like, I walked off whatever I ate. So clearly it's been a while since I was in that job and that situation. I had also just left my husband. The 6-pack of beer really needed, so.
God. Yeah, that's one thing I'm really annoyed about with the coronavirus right now. For exercise, what I always used to do at school was actually go up and down 7 flights of stairs. Just, as a good mental break and to keep myself fit. Can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
It's so close.
I live near a park and I've been going and pacing and avoiding being too close to people. And it's so crowded because everyone else is doing the exact same fucking thing. Oh my God. And today I witnessed so many weird things. There was a guy without shoes. I saw him yesterday. He's also did not wear shoes yesterday. And today, I'm pretty sure this guy broke up with his girlfriend in the park, surrounded by all these strangers, just like stress pacing because she like monster walked away. Like you could tell, like no one walks like that when they're not upset. And she sat on a bench, put her hoodie hood over her face, and just like one of these. You could tell she was crying. It was so awkward.
Oh. Did they break up because she wore the shoes of the relationship or what?
Dude, I don't know. But like the guy, he had like a protein shaker and he just like looked sad and like he just like started like really slowly walking away / maybe around towards her. I don't know.
Pulls out his phone and brings up the Incredible Hulk sad closing theme.
She walks away and he takes a drink of the protein shake. And I'm like, all right, well, get swole, even though you're doing something emotionally damaging. But let's not forget those gains, am I right?
Yep.
Even when we don't have diseases flying around, we get no drama like that around here.
Oh no, we're a drama-free zone, PZ. You know this.
Oh, really? Okay.
All right.
We're kind of a people-free
You're the
zone.
one who keeps starting shit with me, saying we're not friends.
I didn't say that.
I asked you if we were friends, and you went like this.
Well, I had to think
Which is
seriously.
not what you do.
It's a significant question, okay?
Have to tally up all the friend points. There's a mathematical equation that has to be.
His friend level, a lot of factors.
Yeah. Of course, now Lauren is going to pull
We
up her
have been
hoodie
sued
and
together.
cry.
We are forever bonded. You cannot get rid of me, even if you wanted to. And that is a threat.
Hey, can I pretend I'm
walk
still green
into?
screen like PZ if I put my projector screen back? There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
What is
There you
that?
go.
Nice. At that military time life.
It's good.
Oh.
What?
Looks like a Chromecast.
There it is.
You get a Chromecast on a.
That's right. There's
And
the
there goes the rest of my
projectors
green
on
screen.
the side of the wall.
Uno momento. Well, I try not to get myself killed by anything else.
Oh, the other part of it. Oh, it died. All right. I gotta get going, y'all. It's been fun. Thanks for
All right,
letting me
see ya.
hang for an hour.
Oh, sure. Yeah, get out before something falls down and kills you. Like,
Yeah, no
Jay's
joke.
gonna-
Well, as you can see, I don't have a screen to fall. It's just on my wall. So
Uh-huh.
I think of things falling from above, I'm gonna be all right.
Unless it's the whole wall, it just goes.
Well, you just shut your no.
We're
Yeah,
trying
just wait,
to
wait for that earthquake. When that earthquake hits, the wall's just gonna go poof.
And the lava flows.
Right, the Lahars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And then the
And the
wall
plague of
goes full
Moses.
melon.
The river of blood.
Yeah.
And then the monkey swarm comes racing through your house.
And the locust.
I didn't expect the apocalypse to be so fucking metal.
Kidding.
And
Jeez.
don't forget about the firstborns. You know, it's nice knowing you, first men in the family.
Oh.
Speaking of
I'm
metal.
out. Y'all have a good night.
Oh, good night, Kalina.
Bye-bye.
Speaking of metal, there's this Mongolian band that uses a combination of traditional instruments and electric guitar and whatever, and they're called The Who, but it's spelled H-U when it's transliterated from Mongolian. And you should. They have a song. I can't remember what my favorite one is. They have a number that are up on YouTube, but they have one in particular. I think it's called Wolf Totem. That's on YouTube. That's amazing. You have all of these Mongolian guys riding Harleys across the steppes, and banging their heads and playing electric guitar, and it's hysterical. It's wonderful. It's awesome.
Okay.
Sounds awesome. Yeah.
I'll have to try it someday.
Easy, you have a lot of time on your hands. Now's the time. Do it.
Yeah.
Live your Mongolian death metal dreams.
Settle in with some nice sour yak's milk and
practice your ululations.
Exactly.
Nailed it.
And the throat singing and all that good stuff. Yeah, right. But I have no time because I have to completely revamp all of my courses right now.
No.
Yeah, that's totally happening, right?
I heard something about Oxford University Press making a whole bunch of video courses available for teachers to use with their students. But then when I tried to look for the links, I couldn't find them.
Oh.
Huh.
I've got this huge pile of links right now because I've been scavenging everything to try and put this together, and I might have that one on there. I will look later and see if I can find it.
I'm actually helping a work client try to put their language learning stuff online for free in a scalable manner right now. And if this is how the apocalypse is going to go, making education free,
yeah,
love it.
As long as the teachers still get paid.
Yes.
Well, you know, with the universal basic income and then giving all of the taxes to the ultra rich.
I don't know if you follow Shonda Rhimes on Twitter, but like day one of being quarantined, she's like, we don't pay teachers enough. We need to give them $1 billion fucking a day.
Yes. I saw the same tweet. They were like, 30 minutes after starting to homeschool my kids, I'm now ready to give all the teachers $1 million a year.
So true.
Yeah. Yeah, so my wife is a developmental psychologist, and she got brought down to Colorado to work with my granddaughter. And every time I talk to her, she looks a little more exhausted because she throws herself into this stuff. She comes up with lesson plans for a 1.5-year-old every day.
1.5. do you need a lesson plan at 1.5? Isn't it just like survive?
Today we're going to teach you object permanence, and then we're going to
Yeah.
teach it again, and then again,
Oh.
and then again.
Yeah, but it's a lot of little things like, oh, today we're gonna hide stuffed animals all around the house just to find them. Or they tape geometric figures onto the floor and they play games where you have to go in the circle or the triangle or the square.
I want
would
you to know I'm
drive me
writing all
nuts.
these down for things to do later when I lose my fucking mind being inside for weeks on end.
Because what would make a 1.5-year-old happy is perfect for Lauren, right?
Yep.
I mean, when you say
It's
like that,
Lauren
it sounds like an
enrichment.
insult, but I feel good about it.
You know,
Well, she's
you
also
can
coloring and drawing things and
I like coloring.
doing art. So that's
you can
your-
enrich a caged tiger's life by stuffing a pumpkin full of meat. So let's try that with Lauren too.
Yes.
Give her a pumpkin full of meat to bat around her apartment.
I'm going to send this suggestion off to my wife so that my granddaughter will have something to
Oh
do.
my god.
Is
Yes,
it
one and a
raw?
half
I
year
presume
old
it's raw meat.
tiger enrichment. They're all the same thing.
Yeah. Mm.
I mean, all fundamentally mammals, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. All the same. It all works.
Yeah. They're roughly
Did you like
carbon
roast
based.
a pumpkin full of meat? I'm gonna think about this for a while.
Yeah, probably.
Would it be
Sure.
good?
Why not? Be like stuff it full of
Fire
like meatloaf
situation?
stuff, and then
No.
maybe a butter squash.
Mm.
Partly hollow out a butter squash, put some meatloaf stuff in it, and bake it.
Bonus, you don't have, there's dishes.
Yeah.
Oh. Now that's sounding attractive. Hmm.
Oh my god.
So now I'm not only doing all the cooking at my house, I'm doing all the washing of dishes, and I'm doing the laundry, and I'm cleaning the cat box. I did that just before this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a medal for being
PZ, you are
domestic,
so
PZ?
strong.
Wow.
You're so strong and brave. We believe
I
in you.
am. Yes.
You're not
I
one of
want a
those people who
prize.
would say that you were babysitting your kids. You weren't like that, were you?
Yeah.
Called out.
Drag him.
Called the
Drag
fuck out.
him.
No, I
Fighting
would not
words.
say that. I was parenting. That's the word we use.
Your kid just threw up on the lawn.
Oh my god.
Why is it always my kid?
That is a valid statement. In our house, it's, wow, your cat is being weird. She is. She's licking the chair. She's licking James's chair. She licks random things. If we're in the TV room, she'll sit and lick the subwoofer. I don't know.
It has a flavor.
Yeah,
guess.
dang.
All right, everyone.
Hey,
It's been an
got me
hour. I'm gonna
wondering
get
what
out of here.
flavor.
Nice talking. Let's do this again soon.
Okay.
Easy, I'm looking at you. You have the Zoom account, so it's all on you.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we can do it again next week or something.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Stay safe.
Hi.
Yeah, she's right. We've been on here for an hour. And I just want to say things are working. I actually got this all to work. I don't know what I did, but we're actually streaming to YouTube and it's streaming all the audio.
Well,
I
things
guess I
seem
know
to
what
be
I'm
destroying
doing.
themselves over here. Don't know if you noticed the poor sorry state of my green screen. In addition to randomly throwing things at my head. Thank you very much, green screen.
Got this. So crowded because
Oh, well. It seems to be stable for the moment.
Yes, everything is stable just as we're winding down and getting ready to let everyone go.
Perfect timing, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I guess we will depart now. The hullabaloo is over. Who did the hullabalooing? I don't know. And
We'll delegate.
My cat.
yeah,
I blame the Lahar.
yes. And then I'm going to go finish the dishes.
Good luck with that. Thanks, PZ. We'll talk to you later.
Yep. Good
Bye,
night. Good night, everyone. Now I just have to figure out how to stop this thing.
I think
Oh,
it's leave meeting in the corner.
End meeting. Okay, I'm ending the meeting.
Bye.